Hello, and welcome back to Orpheus Ascending. I've spent a bit of extra time trying to jump up here again, to no avail. Also tried to get the box out of here, to no avail. I think we've had enough of that, and I think I'm gonna move on to the puzzles. However, I just came up with an idea. If we want to see what's above here without cheating, there's photo mode. I just kind of forgot about photo mode because... Oh. Because it's, kind of pointless, we can just no-clip to see things anyway. But yeah, I mean, photo mode lets us, see things like this if we want to. That's kind of surprising that you can even... Oh god, where's the entrance? Oh god, help. Jesus. You can even see stuff like this when you want to. They haven't really, bothered to make photo mode not able to see, weird level geometry and things you're not supposed to see. It almost looks like this could go somewhere. Oh, shit. I'm, stuck a bit. This definitely looks like a type of place that would have an Easter egg if you just came from this side. Huh. Well... That's a lot of boxes. I wonder if we can break out a box of one of these levels. Yeah, I guess we'll see, but that's a slight bit of an overview. So now, let's move on to number 10. Incarnation. What incarnation? Oh boy, yeah, a lot of, winding lasers. Yeah, this is the stuff that is a bit concerning. There's gonna be so many conflicts everywhere. Okay, so here we can do some causation stuff, I suppose. But, the only thing I can do is block blue. I can't do anything else. So, yeah, this is the only starting step, as far as I can tell. And that now, prevents that. And then we could block this again. But for now, I guess we'll go in here. So what is happening? This will try to power itself. And that's how we win. But to do that, we need, this laser. This to go through here. And then here. But how can we do that without... Ah, because I have to just block this laser. That was the problem. At the start, there's a conflict here, and we can't block this one from inside. So I have to get in here so that I can block this laser, which should then unlock everything. So... do we just, block it from in here, I guess? No? What happens when I do that? That's still active. If I block this now... Whoa! Wait, what? Oh, that, keeps itself open? Right, yeah, that makes sense. So now we run in here, and that's it? Now we block this? Ah... No, because now we need this to not exist anymore. How would I do that? Yeah, that doesn't do anything. That just opens everything up. Oh, I guess we block this first to create the conflict here, and then on the inside, I now block this to close myself in. There we go. I think that's it. And then we block this one off. Okay. I mean, that's kind of fun. If it's just this and it's... Oh, god. Now we block this. Because that holds itself open. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, Jesus. Scared me a bit. When I don't have to, place connectors myself, it's a lot easier to, understand.
What I'd never considered was that stripped of biological necessity and physical need, as well as all the strange stigmas and taboos our ancestors associated with their bodies. Love might be more pure, more powerful, that we can love with fewer distractions than they could. And so the experience is all the more overwhelming. I do think we should learn to simulate some of those biological processes. Would be fun.
She wants pissing and shitting, huh? Or maybe eating, but I guess one can't exist without the other. Yeah, okay, nothing to jump around here. Let's just move on to 11. Breakthrough. Okay, yeah, now this scares me. This looks terrifying. This looks very similar to the, like, crossing the river level. Okay, so... I'm just gonna, like, hook up everything. It does kinda work. What if I now just, like, do this? If we remove this one going here, just keep connections, deselect this one, and drop that again. What am I doing? It's the opposite. Shit. So wait, keep connections here, deselect this one, add that in, and now it should work? I thought you had to, like, convert it twice. Okay, alright, that was easier than number 2, in my opinion. Because you just connected everything up, and it was, like, no problem. And yeah, definitely helps to, deselect the one thing that is causing an issue instead of having to reselect everything from the start.
When we started living together, I thought I'd figured it all out. Everything would be smooth sailing from now on. I still had so much to learn about love. Even for us, it's messy. You find someone who seems to be the perfect match for you, who seems necessary in your life. And then you realize all the ways in which you don't fit together at all. Because nothing in this world is perfect.
She hated Hypatia. That's why she doesn't want to be revived. Oh no, what are we doing? It was like a one-way romance. Switchboard. Okay, yeah, this is the one that looked kind of scary. I mean, that's a thumbnail, all right. Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, so far, I've said, like, every level looks very scary, and then it turns out they're actually not that scary, so, surely the same is gonna happen here, right? And we just have 2 connectors, nothing else. One sec. Everything is so slippery, man. Okay, no. Thought I could stand on his shoulder. Alright, so, what's happening? We're trying to power this, which needs, like, multiple connections? Like, we need this blue and this red to all be powered, I guess? So now it's just gonna be about, like, the signal strength thing again, right? Where, like, if I, for example, hook up this one, I just take this and hook up blue here, that's gonna be stronger than this one going 1, 2, 3, but I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, so no, it's not. Oh, whoops. No, so that doesn't work in that way. We can easily get this one by just powering, like, any of these ones. Like, bypassing at least one here. That's all well and good. But how are we gonna, like, allow this red to go through here? While also getting that one. I feel like figuring out how to even power this in the first place is definitely gonna be, like... Oh, right, we can overwrite stuff as well. Like, I can just overwrite this one with blue. No, stop. Stop. Like that. Because that'll have a higher, like, strength. Does it? Oh no, yeah, that's the same, because it goes 1 to 2. Here it goes 1 to 2. So it caused a conflict instead. Uh-huh. No, stop! Oh my god. Stop, like, God, I kinda wish there was a separate input for place the connector down and connect things up. It's kind of a hassle sometimes. Yeah, like that causes a problem. If we instead take this and, like, connect up this one as well... Yeah, then it's, like, too strong to block this connection. So... If I remove this... Nope. Remove this one again. Yeah, then it's the same strength here, so this doesn't get up there. Okay, yeah, this one definitely is scary. This one, I don't know how you can, like, do everything that it asks all at once. If I hook up, like, this to blue, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really feel like there's any way we can power this one without using blue on here, but if I use blue on here, there's no way for the red to get in here, as far as I can tell. Right? Because, like, why does that happen, exactly? If I do this... Okay, I don't know why that's happening. But this, and then, like, power the red to here, why doesn't the red go through? It's, like, even strength? Yeah, so neither goes through. Which makes it seem like we would need blue to not be here, but instead be there, but now it's too weak. Unless I also power this one, I guess? Oh? Oh, I did it. Oh. Okay, I didn't think that would be, like, everything, but... I don't know if I'm doing something that is, like, unnecessary here. But, like... Yeah, I just figured... This one will be weak enough to let this one go through. But then if I only have this, then it's the same strength as that, which would cause a conflict here, so we then need to also cause a conflict... like here. I guess, like, this would have worked as well? Let me try that. If I keep connections on these like that, if I put it here, it's also gonna work? No. Why not, exactly? Because that goes 1, 2, and then collides here, because here it goes 1, 2, yeah. So it needs to be this one, okay. I'm kind of understanding it, it's just really hard to think about all of this, I feel. Also, this one... Yeah, this one is necessary. Is this one necessary? I think it is. Because otherwise this one doesn't power. But then we could also just, like, strengthen that, like, here or something. And that's also fine. Yeah, okay. So there's a couple of different ways to do it. You don't have to do, like, the one specific setup they want. But this is definitely, like, the most important thing. Connecting this one up, and then this one so it keeps going into the red. Alright. That was sufficiently difficult. Like, confusing, but yeah, like the other ones have, honestly, some of them have felt a little too easy. Like, surprisingly easy.
The ancients believed that love could be eternal. But I'll admit that sometimes it seemed impossible to continue. Sometimes I thought you were unfair, or cruel, or just incomprehensible.
Oh boy.
I'm sure you thought the same about me. And I'm sure that sometimes you were right. No wonder all the ancient love songs repeat the same themes. Longing, happiness, regret, and forgiveness. I want you. I love you. I miss you. Forgive me.
Alright. We are 3/4 done, huh? The question now is this gonna, like, you know, get harder, or is it gonna once again sort of reset and explain some new trick to the lasers we haven't seen before? And yeah, we have to explore this area as well. So that's probably gonna take a while. Yeah, that switchboard puzzle was interesting. Definitely a unique one. There's some reading as well. I could do that before we do too much else. I am only an echo of the one that was me, but I am comforted in knowing that something persists. It checks out as well. Yeah, I guess we'll do the reading, and then maybe, like, try and jump around a little bit, and then maybe we'll get started on the final puzzles. Yeah? I'm very apprehensive. It feels like this is going, like, too smoothly. I expected to suffer more. But I guess that comes into the abyss, maybe. Message 504. Sure. Hypatia to Sarabai. I miss you. It's not that I need to be around you every minute of every day, but talking about our experiences together has become such an essential part of how I interact with the world that your absence is a huge void. I feel unbalanced and events seem less real when I haven't discussed them with you. Maybe that sounds clinical and selfish, but I'm trying to explain something that I felt incredibly strongly this last month. We're better together in a way that's more like multiplication than addition. It's not just you and me, it's us. When you get back, let's go... Sounds so romantic. Connect. Howard's End by E.M. Forster? It did not seem so difficult. She need trouble him with no gift of her own. She would only point out the salvation that was latent in his own soul, and in the soul of every man. Only connect! What is happening? That was the whole of her sermon. Only connect the prose and the passion, and both will be exalted, and human love will be seen at its height. Live in fragments no longer. Only connect... Like, did a fucking Neanderthal write this? What is going on with this? Only connect, and the beast and the monk, robbed of the isolation that is life to either, will die. Nor was the message difficult to give. It need not take the form of a good talking. By quiet indications, the bridge would be built and span their lives with beauty, but she failed. I have no idea what this is even saying. And who is she? She failed. Howard's End. Like, I guess it's talking about, like, oh, the important thing is not, you know, giving things and, like, doing things and talking, it's just connecting together or something, but, like, yeah, I'm really not understanding what the hell this is talking about. Carlyle. Death of... oh god. I don't know how that guy is pronounced in English. It's like Goethe, right? In the original language? I don't know how you say that in English. One sec. Yeah, looks like it is just Goethe. Good job, English. You didn't butcher a name. By Thomas Carlyle. If that's even how you pronounce that. Precious is the new light of knowledge, which our teacher conquers for us. Yet small to the new light of love, which also we derive from him. The most important element of any man's performance is the life he has accomplished. Under the intellectual union of man and man, which works by precept, lies a holier union of affection, working by example. the influences of which latter, mystic, deep-reaching, all-embracing, can still less be computed. For love is ever the beginning of knowledge, as fire is of light, and works also more in the manner of fire. Once again, you kind of lost me. I don't know what it's trying to say here. Like, love is not something mystical. It's science, bitch. But, like, what does that have to do with Goethe? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just kind of confused again. I don't know. Alright, let's leave it off there. Mind is a bit scrambled. But yeah, next time, probably gonna try and jump around here a little bit before we get into the puzzles. But yeah, after that, we only have 4 puzzles remaining. I've definitely been surprised that this hasn't, like, escalated in difficulty that much. I would say 12 Switchboard was definitely, like, the hardest puzzle so far. And that felt, like, it's almost kind of weird. Like, 9, 10, and 11 felt like they had nothing to do with a previous, like, laser strength mechanic. And then 12 just brings that in. So it almost seems like 12 was really supposed to be a follow-up to the previous 4. To sort of be, like, the final exam of, do you understand signal strength? Whereas the other ones just brought in the whole, like, causation mechanic of, like, conflicts can prevent other things from happening, and, like, multiple conflicts can happen on the same line, and switching between them and things like that. So yeah, a little strange how it's, like, a weird intermission for 9 through 11. Did I say that wrong before? I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll see. Is 13 gonna introduce some new type of mechanic? Or are we sticking with the signal strength and, like, causation thing? Maybe mixing the two? We'll see. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.